Have you ever sent a text that seemed perfect in your head but got completely ignored? Or worse, killed the entire conversation with just 3 words? If you're nodding right now, you're not alone. Studies show that the average person checks their phone 96 times per day, yet somehow your messages seem to vanish into the digital void. But what if I told you that mastering the psychology behind texting could transform you from someone who gets left unread to someone she actually looks forward to hearing from? Today we're diving deep into the art of texting attraction. Not the basic stuff you've heard before, but the psychological triggers and conversational techniques that actually create genuine interest and connection. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why some guys get instant responses while others get radio silence, and more importantly, how to become the guy she prioritizes in her inbox. Let's start with the biggest mistake almost everyone makes. You meet someone amazing, get their number, and immediately start treating texts like a job interview. Question after question, trying to learn everything about them through a screen. This approach kills attraction faster than anything else because it completely ignores how attraction actually works in the female brain. Women are hardwired to be attracted to mystery and emotional stimulation, not interrogation. When you fire off questions like, "How was your day?" or "What do you do for work?" you're essentially putting yourself in the same category as every other guy who's ever texted her. You become predictable, and predictable is the enemy of excitement. Instead, successful texting starts with understanding that every message should serve one of 3 purposes: creating intrigue, building emotional connection, or advancing the interaction toward meeting in person. If your text doesn't accomplish one of these goals, don't send it. The most powerful opening texts work because they tap into curiosity. Instead of asking about her day, try something like, "I just saw something that reminded me of you, and now I can't stop laughing." This immediately creates an open loop in her mind. She needs to know what you saw and why it reminded her of you. You've given her brain something to solve, and solving puzzles releases dopamine, the same chemical associated with attraction and reward. But here's where most guys mess up the follow-through. She responds asking what you saw, and they immediately give away the punchline. Wrong move. This is where you build the tension. Respond with something like, "I'll tell you, but first you have to guess what kind of person I think you are based on 30 seconds of conversation." Now you've created a game, engaged her imagination, and made the conversation about her while maintaining your position as the prize. Timing is another crucial element that separates the amateurs from the masters. There's a psychological principle called intermittent reinforcement that explains why slot machines are so addictive. The unpredictable reward schedule creates stronger attachment than consistent rewards. Apply this to texting by varying your response times intentionally. If you always respond immediately, you train her brain to expect instant gratification from you. But if you sometimes respond quickly and sometimes wait a few hours, you create an addictive uncertainty. She never knows when she'll get that dopamine hit from your response, which makes each message more valuable and exciting. However, timing isn't just about playing hard to get. It's about respecting the natural rhythm of attraction. In the early stages, less frequent but higher quality interactions build more intrigue than constant communication. Think of it like seasoning food. A little bit enhances the flavor, too much ruins the dish. Emotional resonance is where the real magic happens in texting. Most people try to be logical and informative in their messages, but attraction lives in the emotional brain, not the rational one. Your goal should be to make her feel something with every interaction, whether that's laughter, curiosity, excitement, or even slight confusion. One technique that works incredibly well is the emotional spike method. Start with a message that creates one emotion, then quickly shift to another. For example, "I have some potentially devastating news for you," followed by, "I found a place that makes better tacos than the one you recommended." You've taken her from concern to relief to playful competition in 2 messages. The key is calibrating these emotional spikes to match her personality and your existing dynamic. With someone more serious, you might use intellectual curiosity instead of playful teasing. With someone very outgoing, you can push the boundaries further with bold humor or flirtatious challenges. Creating investment is another critical component that most people completely overlook. When someone invests effort into something, they automatically value it more. This is called the IKEA effect in psychology. You can leverage this by getting her to contribute to your conversations, rather than just passively receiving your entertainment. Ask for her opinion on something genuinely interesting to you, but make it specific and engaging. Instead of, "What kind of music do you like?" try, "I'm putting together a playlist for a road trip to the mountains. What's one song that would make you want to roll the windows down and sing along?" This gets her imagination involved and makes her an active participant in creating your experience. Stories are your secret weapon for creating deep connection through text. Humans are literally programmed to pay attention to stories. Our ancestors survived by learning from the experiences of others, so when you start telling a story, her brain automatically engages at a deeper level. But effective text stories aren't just random anecdotes. They should reveal something about your character, create an emotional experience, or set up future interactions. A story about how you helped a stranger change a tire shows your character. A story about an embarrassing moment creates vulnerability and humor. A story about discovering an amazing hidden restaurant sets up a potential date location. The structure matters too. Start with an intriguing setup, build tension or curiosity, then deliver a satisfying conclusion that ties back to her somehow. You know what's funny about trust? Is a much stronger opening than "something funny happened today." Advanced techniques involve understanding the subtext of conversation. Every interaction has two levels: what you're actually talking about, and what you're really communicating about your dynamic. When she texts about being stressed at work, the surface level is sharing information, but the deeper level might be testing if you're someone who can provide emotional support without trying to fix everything. Responding to subtext rather than just content sets you apart from everyone else. Instead of offering solutions to her work stress, you might acknowledge the feeling and redirect to something positive. Sounds like you need a mental vacation. What's the first thing you'd do if you had zero responsibilities for the entire weekend? Escalation through text requires finesse, because you can't rely on body language and vocal tone to convey intent. The key is progressive revelation. Start with mild flirtation and observe her response patterns. If she engages positively, you can gradually become more direct and playful. If she seems uncomfortable, you dial it back and focus on building more comfort and connection first. The transition from texting to meeting in person is where many promising connections die. You can't build a real relationship through a screen, so your texting strategy should always be moving toward face-to-face interaction. The best approach is suggesting something specific and low pressure that connects to your previous conversations. If you've been talking about coffee preferences, suggest checking out a new coffee shop together. If she mentioned loving art, invite her to a gallery opening or art festival. The key is making it feel like a natural continuation of your existing dynamic rather than a formal date proposal. Master-level texting means understanding that your goal isn't to impress her through messages, but to create enough intrigue and connection that she wants to experience more of you in person. Every text should leave her slightly curious about what you might say next, or what spending time with you might be like. Remember, the most attractive quality you can display through text is having a life interesting enough that you're not always available to text. Your messages should feel like glimpses into an exciting world she wants to be part of, not desperate attempts to hold her attention. Start implementing these strategies gradually. Pick one or two techniques that feel authentic to your personality and practice them until they become natural. Attraction through text is a skill that improves with conscious practice and honest self-reflection. The difference between guys who get ignored and guys who get enthusiastic responses isn't luck or looks. It's understanding the psychology of attraction and applying it consistently through every interaction. Master these principles, and you'll never wonder why your texts get left on read again. Hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe.